When Kason was 6 weeks old, I started to notice one day that he had kind of some welts, red markings on his face.
It went from being, kind of small blotchy spots to eventually it was covering his whole face. Then it became redder. It almost turned into like open sores on his face, and it was really, really irritated. He was miserable. He had spots on his body, and we literally looked for everything we could. We tried wraps, we tried ointments, we tried steroids, we tried every single kind of cream you could get over the counter. We were reading Google,
Clorox baths, like literally putting Clorox in your kiddo's bath. I was feeling hopeless because, he would try to smile and his lips would literally crack and bleed. I couldn't even imagine what that felt like on his face, of all things. It was heart-wrenching.
And at the time, he couldn't talk, so you knew that he was suffering, but he couldn't tell you, and so that was really hard to just kind of watch him go through it, and he doesn't know what's going on, and we're trying to make him better, and he's not getting better, and it was really, really overwhelming, frustrating. And then, just going to multiple allergists, doctors that didn't seem to have any good answers for us.
So we were dealing with this from about 7 months until probably 14 months, so about 7 months.
So I think it was around 14 months when we discovered the Dr. Aaron Facebook page, and it had, literally hundreds, if not thousands of testimonials from people talking about how their kids, eczema was just terrible. They posted pictures of before and after, and that was like our first glimpse of hope, because you could actually see proof that this was something that would help.
So it'd be a kiddo who looks like Kason, and then 2 weeks later, he's significantly better.
Dr. Aaron is based out of South Africa. The compound that he has come up with is something you can't just get in America. So you have to go to him. There was a waiting list. Basically, you had to get a hold of him via email. You pay him to write the prescription. And then you have to get it filled in the U.S. And then that was kind of the next hurdle for us. Come to find out that there's doctors who, are kind of set in their ways. So there was, 2 or 3 doctors that didn't want to fill the prescription because they didn't feel like that was the ideal regimen for a kid. So that was really frustrating to not be able to just get the thing filled, and we had to jump through hoops.
But we finally went to our pediatrician who had seen us going through this for a while. We just went in kind of pleading, like we've tried everything. We've seen allergists here, dermatologists here, nothing's helping. And she was just like, okay. She's like, what does it hurt to try? I can't tell you how happy we were. We were so defeated before then.
It was just, up until the last thing, it was like hurdle after hurdle after hurdle to just get this thing. And then when we finally got it in our hand, it was like, oh my God, thank you. And literally within a week, it was night and day difference on his face.
We had to start with putting it on, I think 6 to 8 times a day. And then as it got better, you taper down. But 6 to 8 times a day was kind of crazy, but it worked.
So he continued to get random flare-ups,
for years.
Yeah, he still does every now and again, but it's nothing like it was. And whenever he does, we have the Aaron's cream, and you put a little dab on and it's good, and by the next day. So it's like miracle cream. It's crazy.
I feel like it was like Christmas or something. I don't know, you're just in this state of mind for so long, and you're hopeless that nothing's gonna work, that when you see this improvement, it was just like I couldn't wait to wake up and put it on him. I know that sounds so silly, but that's how
all
it
any
felt.
parent wants is for their kids to be, healthy and happy, and we were just in a hole for a long time, and finally we had a solution. It was like, you can't describe the feeling. It's just, but there's still thousands and thousands of cases of people who don't know what to do and are literally where we were, prior to finding Dr. Aaron, feeling hopeless and, just dealing with the pain and the uncomfortable aspects of it for, every day of their lives. So it's sad, and we want to, let people know that there's an option out there.
There is hope. Sometimes you just have to look outside the box. You'll do anything for your kids. You will go to the end of the world, and you will, any doctor in any country. But we just want people to know that there's alternative methods out there than what the U.S. is, currently doing here for eczema.